Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is Senate Bill number 10, and I believe most persons were actually here yesterday, if not actually on the dais. The Senate Bill number 10 makes a couple of changes to current misdemeanor marijuana law, and the changes are, number one, currently in Georgia, a misdemeanor is basically up to 1 ounce of marijuana, which can be punished up to 12 months in confinement, up to $1,000 fine. So it does two principles. Number one, it states that up to 1/2 ounce would be they're still misdemeanors. It would be a misdemeanor, still is a criminal act, but it'd be a misdemeanor, but shall be punished by a fine of not to exceed $300. So that's step one. And then step two states that the weight would be more than 1/2 an ounce, but no more than 2 ounces would then also constitute a misdemeanor for imprisonment for a period up to 12 months and a fine not to exceed $1,000. So what we've done is we've changed the misdemeanor amount. Currently the misdemeanor amount is 1 ounce. We've moved that up to 2 ounces.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for allowing me to speak. And I appear in my civilian capacity, as I don't represent any organization with this testimony. And what I would just like for you to understand is that Georgia started a great track with the criminal justice reform under the previous administration. And I think that this particular bill will continue that track that needs to happen. I spend a lot of time in a lot of different communities. I also spend time in my profession as a criminal defense attorney dealing with these issues, going in and out of jails. And if we're really going to be serious about criminal justice reform, this is a good step in the right direction. As Senator Jones said, a lot of advocates and activists don't think it goes far enough. But I know Georgia, and I know that we take deference and sometimes a little time to catch on to what the winds of change that are blowing across the nation. But I just implore you to make this one step. I think that it will release the burden on many courts that are dealing with low-level drug offenders, where they can have an opportunity to either rehabilitate them or to give them a small fine. But I think that this particular bill is a step in the right direction. I would implore you to pass the bill. That way we can continue on the path the previous administration had for criminal justice reform, starting with this particular bill. Thank you.
Any questions?
But I would just request, I'll make a motion that we table the bill to give us a little more time to continue those conversations, perhaps through next week.
Any objection to considering a motion to table? Is there a second? Second by Ligon. Discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Bill is tabled.